All right, everyone, welcome to our 10 a.m. Collider coffee break, where we just take a few moments on a Friday morning to let you know what we have been up to at Collider this week to serve entrepreneurs. So, Jamie will start us off this morning.
So I was extremely honored this week to be named executive director of Collider, for those of you that didn't see the announcement. So thank you to our board for putting their trust in me, and I hope to help move Collider forward here in the next couple of years. So again, thank you to our board, and thank you to everyone who has lent a hand in the entrepreneurial ecosystem of Rochester. Hopefully I don't let you down, but it's going to be a fun next couple of years for sure. I also wanted to talk about Walleye Tank. This is the life science pitch competition. Walleye Tank Spring Edition will actually be on April 16th from 2 to 4 p.m. I think registration for the participating companies is now over, but definitely I would highly encourage you to attend. This was basically a startup competition that was hatched between the Office of Entrepreneurship as well as Collider. And then eventually the University of Minnesota came on board and has done a phenomenal job bringing Walleye Tank from not just a fall event here in Rochester, but also doing it in the spring up in the Twin Cities. And of course, with the pandemic, everything has gone virtual. So this one will be virtual as well. But it's an exciting opportunity to really bring some much needed awareness to our life science companies here in Rochester and throughout not only just Minnesota, but especially with the Mayo Clinic connection. A lot of companies from Florida as well as Arizona compete typically as well in any given year. So it's a fun time. It's always well produced and well run. So definitely check that out. I sound like a broken record, but we have been working on our second space to get it open on April 1st. So I don't know why I chose April Fool's Day, but hopefully that's not a negative thing, but a positive thing. But we're excited to get all of our co-working members currently in our CMD building over here in the Minnesota Biobusiness Center. And as I've said it for the last couple of weeks, thank you so much to Reddy and the city of Rochester for really stepping up and becoming our second home. And we look forward to working with the current tenants of the Mayo Clinic Business Accelerator and working with our existing members at Collider to really work together and really take it to the next step for our entrepreneurial ecosystem. And with that, I'll send it over to Eric, who will let us know what he has been working on this week.
Hello. This week, my story on Mr. Kinson and the Global Village Market, as well as his wife's business, the Rain Nail Salon, was finalized. It's up in the Rochester Rising website, so be sure to check that out. Beginning this week, I am writing a whole new theme of articles. These articles will be based on new and rising Rochester businesses that are still in the process of creating their business and finalizing their business model. And basically in this theme, I'll be talking about like why they chose to run their business in these times. What are they planning on? What kind of dreams and plans they have for the future, and how they're going to develop their business in this kind of time. And I'm still in the process of reaching out to people, so I have not chatted with anyone yet, but I will be in touch with them soon. So that's pretty much it.
All right, thanks, Eric. It's a fun process to learn how to reach out to people and waiting for people to respond. So, just a public service announcement. If one of us reaches out to you, please respond. It's it's great exposure for your business to have your story told. And it's completely free because it's part of our mission as a nonprofit. So on that note, I'll talk about the other stories that were told on Rochester Rising this week with Boonmee McElroy. She is the owner of Above and Beyond Coaching. This was a wonderful story that Boonmee told. She grew up in a very poor village in Thailand, learned how to speak English through taking a life coaching program, and really just followed her intuition and her passion and the value she got out of helping others to launch her business Above and Beyond Coaching here in the community, very, very recently. So check it out. Listen into podcast episode 218, as well as the article with Boonmee this week. So also we are moving forward again with virtual events, educational events at Collider. We just released an Eventbrite registration for a very new event. It's called So You Want to Start a Food Business, and it's a panel discussion with some really wonderful entrepreneurs here in the community, including Pasquale Presa, Shandu Valori, and Sharon Sue. And hopefully we have one more person coming on board, so stay tuned for that. But they're just going to let you know, you have a business idea for a food business. How do you get started? What kind of licensing do you need? And what do you have to be thinking about as you're moving forward? So it'll be held virtually Tuesday, April 13th at 9 a.m. And we'll include the registration link in the show notes. All right, so that is it for me. So I'll send it to Jamie for his final thoughts this week.
I think it was Tuesday where we had our monthly Launch Minnesota meeting. And I always really enjoy participating in the Launch Minnesota meetings. So for those of you that don't know, Launch Minnesota is funded through DEED at the state level here in Minnesota. And it's really to help early stage entrepreneurial, especially in the high tech or innovative technology world, to really get a start. But it's doing something which I love, which is looking beyond just the Twin Cities to help these companies start and grow in place where they are in greater Minnesota. And launch funding, we've been a great beneficiary of the launch funding and are privileged to be a member of the E1 network, which is a group of 17 organizations in southeastern Minnesota, all dedicated to helping entrepreneurs launch and grow. So I just can't say enough about what Launch has done. It's so fun to hear the impact that Launch members really put into their entrepreneurs in their region. And we're making tremendous strides to really raise up all of Minnesota for entrepreneurs. And I just have to say hats off to Neela Mulgard for leading this initiative. You know, she comes from Southeast and Red Wing Ignite, and she's brought a lot of the things we've talked about over the course of almost the last decade and really implemented them on the state level and has had tremendous benefit for entrepreneurs. So I just wanted to really call out the amazing work that DEED and Launch are doing for entrepreneurs. And you can definitely check them out at Launch. If you Google Launch Minnesota, it typically will come up really fast, and we'll probably have a link in the show notes as well. So with that, I will send it back to Amanda to wrap it up.
I want to give one other shout out to Neela, because in 48 hours this week, she helped me find some data that I have not been able to find in 3 years. So it's great to have her support and her in this different role as well over the past couple of years. So thanks for tuning in to our 10 a.m. Collider coffee break this morning and spending a few minutes with us today. It's a huge help to us if you like this video and share it with at least one person who can benefit from what you heard today. And we'll have a new coffee break next Friday.